Hey guys, me and Dave. It is it's Friday night. I gotta click on this. It's Friday night, 11/15, 2019. I just thought I'd do a little video tonight for the heck of it. I was watching. There's a lot of misinformation out there, and I know I keep on talking about that and talking about perps and stuff like that. But those are the ones that are hurting us. People are spreading misinformation, misdirected conversations, and stuff like that. Um, so there's so much of that going on. But my point is that I was watching some of Dr. Duncan's interviews on YouTube to kind of get me back in reality. When you listen to Dr. Duncan and you listen to Dr. Hall and you listen to Brian too and stuff like that, it brings you back into reality of what's going on. Instead of having these far-fetched ideas that are just ridiculous. So you really have to ground yourself. You really have to ground yourself to kind of get back in reality of what's really going on and what's really going on with this technology. I think there's too much misinformation out there. Some people do it on purpose. Some people don't do it on purpose as far as misinformation. I don't know how many of us are trauma-based mind control victims. I don't know how many of us are remote neural monitor victims or voice to skull victims. When some people talk about these weapons, I think they're talking about the big weapons that are on the Humvees and stuff like that, instead of like mind control victims and remote neural monitoring and stuff like that. That's kind of what I think about that. Anyway, I want to make a point because there's a couple targets out there. I'm not getting down on them. That's, it's totally their choice to do whatever they want. I don't mean to get down on them. I disagree with what they're doing, and they have a following of what they're doing. I kind of want to talk about shielding. And I was watching an interview with Dr. Duncan, and he kind of mentioned about shielding and stuff like that. Um, you know, it's, you know, I realize people want to shield and shield and shield, and they think that's the way to beat this program. Um, these people are getting their asses kicked by this program. I'm sorry to be so blunt, but if you're getting your ass kicked by this program, I probably wouldn't take advice from you. And there's some TIs that out there that are shielding, and they're getting beat up by this program. They're getting their ass kicked. And I hate to say that, but it's true. Um, Sorry for being so blunt. Um, and I feel for those guys if they feel like they're doing justice to themselves or whatever. In shielding and all this stuff they're doing. Some people spend $5,000-$10,000 on shielding, and it does nothing for them. You know, um, it doesn't make sense to me. I don't understand it. I wouldn't give these guys my money. Um, you know, Maybe they're afraid of being mind controlled. Maybe those guys are the ones that are being that are afraid of being mind controlled the most. Maybe that's why they're shielding so hard. I don't know. But anyway, you know, when people shield so much, that are doing all these different things to shield, what they're doing is they're creating their own prison. They're creating their own prison. You know, and people are making videos. There's lots of targets that are making videos of this. Oh, I don't know what it's called. I watched a video on it where they take the Tesla coils and they get an inverter and all this stuff. I don't know what it's called. I seen the video on it. I wasn't too interested in it. And it's supposed to create like a force field around you and stuff like that. You know, it may work. You know, I'm not saying it might not work. It may work, but what are you gonna do when you go to different rooms in your house? What are you gonna do when you have to go to the grocery store? You know, people are creating their own prison, you know, and they have followers that are following these people, and what they're doing is they're teaching you how to be a victim of this program. They're teaching you how to be a victim of this program. You know, so it's, the remote are monitoring me right now. So it's, I would recommend people not to be like that. The more you shield, the more you're going to get hit. That's just the reality of this program. I went through it. I went through it. I went through everything. I had Voice of Skull, I had Remote Monitor, I had the CIA torture. I went through everything this program has to offer. And it's, the more you shield, the more they're going to hit you guys. That's just the reality of it. You're not going to get through it. They're going to get around it somehow. So I wouldn't recommend you guys listening to these people that shield and block and that are spending hundreds and thousands of dollars on shielding. What they're doing is, if you look at these people, they don't leave the house. They don't go to the beach. They don't go out in the forest and walk trails. They don't do anything. They're stuck in their apartment. They're stuck in their apartment and they're obsessed with this TI stuff. You guys gotta get out and enjoy yourself. Go to the beach, get in the water, go for a walk in the forest. You guys gotta do that stuff to try to enjoy life. And people are trying to teach you how to be a victim of this program. And that's exactly what your targets, that's exactly what your perps want. They want you in that victim mode. So I just thought I'd do a little video of that. Because Dr. Duncan even said on his videos, you could build a Faraday cage or whatever. What are you going to do? Are you going to live in a Faraday cage for the rest of your life? He didn't say that in so many words, but he was, saying it, I mean, it's like, what are you going to do? Are you going to live in a Faraday cage for the rest of your life? You can't live like that. It's not practical. It's not logical. You can't live in a Faraday cage for the rest of your life. You may, if you built a Faraday cage, You might be able to go in there and get some relief and all that stuff. But what happens when you have to do laundry, when you have to go to the grocery store, when you have to go to a doctor's appointment? You can't. You're going to get hit hard when you get out of that Faraday cage. You can't live in a Faraday cage for the rest of your life. You're creating your own prison. So that's my point of this video. I didn't even expect it to go this long. I'm going 10 minutes. Be careful out there, you guys, about shielding. The more you shield, the more you're going to get hit. That's just the reality of this program. You're not going to beat these guys. You have to have a common ground where it's bearable and it's livable. You gotta be able to function and survive, with this program. You gotta be able to function. You can't live in a cage. You can't do it. That's no life. That's no life for you. Nobody should live that way. And certain TIs are teaching you how to be a victim. And they're teaching you how to create your own prison. You can't live like that, you guys. There's got to be some way to live a semi-normal life with this program. So I just want to do a little video about that. That's kind of my point. I hope I didn't come off like a jerk. I'm not trying to pick on TIs or anything like that. If they choose to live in their own prison and shield and spend thousands and thousands of dollars on shielding and it doesn't do a darn thing, that's their choice. That's their loss. But they're teaching other people how to do that. And, these people are getting beat up by this program. And they're giving advice on how to beat this, and they're not beating it. So anyway, that's my advice, you guys. I care for you guys out there. I'm gonna cut this off, and I hope you guys are all doing safe and staying safe and doing good out there, and I'll talk to you later.